I thought I was finished with this subject, but I wanna revisit a video I just got through making, regarding the egregious treatment of our people by the minority majority, and their agents. And in particular, I want to talk about the video that was made by Trina and Saucy Santana on order from the minority majority and shit, who seem to be having problems keeping things copacetic and shit in their own society and shit. Their own society is in a serious state of decline, and they don't have any fucking answers. But white supremacy is the order of the day and shit, and they got nothing better to do but fuck around with black people who have been driven to the point of economic extinction and shit by agents in their own community for the most part and shit. Before we even get to white supremacy and shit, the overarching, the big bad. We got these fucking agents in our community and shit. I make no bones about it and shit. I am in my early 50s, and I have watched the worst of the previous generation and my generation and everything that came after it and shit. It makes me feel like I live in a dystopian future at this point, and I have no answers. All I know is that drastic action has to be taken on our part and shit. And I'm suggesting that a lot of our men, who can and who have means, that they decentralize the black community and shit, because there's nothing to be gained from this country. It's in a decline. The superpower is in free fall, and no one's doing anything about it and shit. They're just making matters worse. And down here from where I'm sitting and shit in the slave quarters, supposedly, it looks particularly bad. I mean, seriously, man, I don't know what's going on. It looks like no one's raised their children, okay? No one that could raise their children has. Let's put it that way. They've destabilized the American family structure, the nuclear family, supposedly. That Fisher-Price family and shit, if anybody gets the reference. And they've destabilized it. And what we have here is a parody of life, a parody of values that I can't fathom and shit where things will end up and shit. But I'm already, like I said, I'm in my 50s and shit. I'm looking at this crap. I got 2 kids. I got 1 kid that's already an adult. Good luck to him. And my other son, I got to, I worry about my son. He's going to have to live through. And I'm just wondering, I have to give my kid like survival training and shit, like he in a fucking military or something. And we know that the minority majority, they do this on the regular. And I think the guys that remain in the states here, in the colonies, should adopt that model. We really do. We're late to the party habitually, and that's discounting the criminals amongst us and the inbred jets. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. I want fucking reparations, right? I want fucking reparations. I looked at this video. I made a commentary about the video and shit. I sat down and I put it out of my head and shit. It's the best way, because I'm an empath as well. Just to be honest about it, like a big one, like a really powerful one. It would partially explain the videos that I make, right? So there's a personal stake in it for me, But like I recall that the last election cycle, they put out the "Get Your Booty to the Polls" video, and they never backed down off of that. They redoubled when people complained about it, and they made a troll video. They made a second "Get Your Booty to the Polls" troll video, just to show you. Just to give you the middle finger. The Democratic Party was giving you the middle finger and shit. The Republican Party is just the Republican Party. They don't make no bones about shit, but I wouldn't vote for them motherfuckers in a million years. Alright? I'm not no goddamn libertarian and shit. You would say I was independent, but I'm never voting again and shit. Because of the summer that took George Floyd and shit, And then, instead of dealing with these problems like adults and shit, you got the whole of the Democratic Party during the time of the uprisings and shit. They took a trip to fucking Ghana, alright? They took a trip to Ghana And then they were photographed, right before they had taken that trip or sometime after it, they were photographed taking a knee wearing African kente cloths and shit. I'm like, well, some of us are indigenous, okay? Some of us are descendants of the original indigenous people of this lands and shit. Are you gonna wear some fucking, headdress and shit? Are you gonna wear a feather? You gonna wear Indian garb too and shit? Every time you get fucked with, you gonna wear some shit? When Russia come over here and take over this bitch, you gonna dress up like a Cossack motherfucker? Is it Halloween over there in the Capitol? And then you saw the bum rush on January 6th, all this white conservative loonies bum rush that shit, and you saw how unprepared they were. But because of all that shit happened and whatnot, I just taking a pragmatic look at the country and shit, and I'm like, man, those guys, who fuck with us all the time, they can't even take care of their own shit. They can't run their own country properly. Can't run it. No common sense whatsoever. No looking out for the future of America. That shitty ass red, white, and blue and shit. The red is the slaves, okay? The red is the blood of the slaves who built this goddamn country. Top to bottom, economically and otherwise and shit. The white, we know what that is, okay? That's the minority, majority. And the blue is for the Dred Scott and the broken promises and shit that you continue to build your society on today hypocritically enough. Alright? Now today, I wanted to discuss this video again because it just shows you what they think of you. Okay? I'm giving pause, right, when I make this particular type of video and shit, because I feel like I'm playing into their hands when I talk about it and shit. Some tells me not to talk about it, but then it would be irresponsible to, leave it be and shit the way it is. So we need to deal with it and shit. And some things I just can't say because of standards and practices and legal, repercussions that could come from something I would normally say about how I feel about things. But we had this video, no fucking, no vote. Alright, they want to say no fucking, no vote, no fucking and shit, okay? So basically they're denigrating the black community, particularly black men as, knuckle draggers and shit. Nothing of the sort, okay? It took a lot of social engineering and oppression to get black people to be this manageable and shit, okay? They work very diligently at it and they continue to do so to this day and shit, but whatever. They're in decline. They can't seem to figure out how to get their country out of a steep free fall and whatnot. And they got a man, elderly, Alzheimer-ridden, commander-in-chief who's daily shipping trillions of dollars out of fighting a shadow war with another superpower who's making money from the war. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, right? So anyway, getting back in my box, right? The box they forced me into. The box I don't want to be in. My mind is bigger than your fucking box, okay? Now getting back to the box that I live in, according to the minority majority and their agents, who are failing. They need to do the Game of Thrones thing, the Red Room thing with all of these bullshit news organizations like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News and shit. They need to clean that up. They're a mess. They're a whole mess. They're not even reporters. They're just people sitting there reading words. Alright? If you don't believe me, listen to Tiffany Cross talking to the black community and shit like an idiot. Like a fucking idiot. And she still has a job the next day. I'm like, man, that is some primo, that is a primo management over at that place. So no fucking no vote, right? You have a bust down named Trina. She's a bust down. So loosely a rapper, mostly a whore. You got a gay dude. Gay ass dude who's more like a big fat bubbly chick. He's like a stereotype. I don't understand black gay men like this. I don't understand it because I know other gay black men that I've met in my last 29 years or so that act like normal people, but they're just gay. And I know of at least two of the gay dudes that I've met, brothers, that these kind of guys, they would beat the shit out of them a lot of times. I actually seen that shit in person. I've seen a bunch of gay black dudes beating up a Saucy Santana person for being embarrassing, for doing extra. They tried to talk to him. He was doing his hand karate and shit, and they chunked him out and shit. It was just, I didn't know what to make of it and shit. I'm a straight dude and everything. And they act like normal dudes. One of them motherfuckers look just like Jamie Foxx and shit. He's just the first one to do a punch. They're like, hey man, like don't do that shit. We going out. Don't do that. Don't be a big mammy sapphire and shit with a penis, right? You know, Trina. I remember seeing nude pictures of her back in the day when she was just first getting in the rap game. I remember seeing that. Well, I think she was on like some shit called Chocolate Models or some. She was somewhere like that. You know, I can't really find the pictures. I looked for a picture. I wanted to post one, but I settled for this shit I got from King magazine, doctored obviously. You know, with the biscuit. You know, because the reason I'm going to show her in this manner, next to side by side with her cohort, is because that is the essence of what she is and whatnot. She's a traitor. All right, she can't comprehend the damage that she did to the image of black people. You know, neither one of these people have any accountability outside of their self-identification, their wants, their needs and shit. Their purient wants and needs and shit. It's always about sex. You're never gonna see this chick making no conscious rap, okay? You're never gonna see her do some conscious rap shit. Like back when the Sisters first came out. She is not a rapper, okay? This is not a rapper. This is just a hooker to music, okay? You know, so slap in the face. You know, back in the day, we had like some Queen Latifah and MC Light and shit. Moni Love. You know, fat ass Miss Melody and shit. Sorry, gotta take that jab. She was fat as fuck. You know, a bunch of women rappers, even JJ Fad, man. You know, fuck. They didn't do shit like this. And then you just start having these whores, you know, showing up. And I'm just talking about her because she's in my age group. You know, if I'm not mistaken. She's a contemporary of mine and whatnot, you know, chronologically speaking. And she has nothing to give to the, you know, the people after, the generations after her. She has no example. She sets no example. She can't rap. And she always talking about sex. And it's just like, no one wants to fuck the X-rated version of Pam from the Martin Show. Okay? Nobody wants to fuck you. Okay? Except busted niggas. You know, I don't want to use the word simps or nothing like that. But they're out there. They're the ones that finance your lifestyle. Okay, they're the ones that hold you down, hold your booty for you, you know? And fuck this fat nigga, man. Hey man, no fuck this. I used to hear the word Saucy Santana. I didn't know. I thought it was just a description of like, you know, really embarrassing, you know, gay dudes like this. I'm serious. I know a lot of gay dudes. I don't know nobody like this motherfucker. He's a coon. He's a rainbow flavored coon, okay? I don't know what to say. I wouldn't be able to suffer him. I would be in trouble with the law. You know, because I don't like that shit, you know. I used to live in the West Coast, okay? I used to work extensively in Hollywood and West Hollywood and shit. So you can't avoid no gay people and shit. You can't avoid no gay people. I actually met and knew a trans woman for a while, like, you know. And that trans woman had reassignment surgery and ended up looking like some shit like, that looked like Mariah Carey, if you can believe that. And what she would do is she would sponsor other people making a transition. And sometimes she would bring around somebody that acted like a Saucy Santana, but like not a black one. You know, like a Filipino one I saw, and like a Hispanic one or a Latin one. You know, it wasn't that bad. But like the one time I told her she had one of these Saucy Santana motherfuckers that I seen her with, and she came to my job, you know, to do some business where I worked. And I was like, hey, please keep that motherfucker away from me. And no disrespect. I don't understand black gay people. They don't identify as black first and shit, so we can't accept them as black. These people are traitors. They are not a part of the black community and shit. They have sold you out for 3 pieces of fucking silver and shit, okay? I want to say more. I can't say what I want to say. I want to scream and rant. You people who've listened to my videos know that I am well capable of going in on somebody verbally and shit, but I can't do so, you know, in this regard and shit, you know. It's not so much that my hands are behind my back. I feel like it would be a waste of energy, of positive energy that I could put somewhere else and shit. I have other endeavors, you know, that I like to do and shit, but I want to say that this is a horrific indictment of the black community. If this shit is allowed to stand, they should be ran out of the country and shit. You know, they should be ran out of our community at the very least, tarred and feathered and shit. You know, they should be ran out of the community. Fuck Trina, okay? Fuck that busted bitch, and fuck Saucy Santana, but not literally, okay? Fuck that dude. That dude is disgusting. All right, I find him disgusting enough to commit a crime that would give me some serious time. Especially under the Biden administration and shit that has continually told you they ain't gonna do shit for you and they're gonna flip you the bird, okay? They're gonna flip you the bird. Biden ain't gonna give you no reparations. He ain't gonna protect your ass, and he ain't gonna stop nobody from shooting your ass off. He ain't gonna stop nobody from shooting your ass off, okay? If he could get some more shit, he could put his hand in your ass even deeper and shit. He gonna puppet you to pull down that lever and keep his fucking ass in the retarded kangaroo court in power.
Trey Tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action. Swear the homie Scott was heavy. Face is a 9, abs a 10, D is a to be determined. He got mad Joe.